Tacker Hart came home from Nigeria to discover a town he almost knew. The Winston-Salem of his youth was branded by Ardmore Methodist, Reynolds High, and shopping at Davis Department Store on 4th Street. His youth green with creeks and football fields, turning white in winter with sledding and the Sears Christmas display. And then there was the depot of his father's store, Hart's Grocery, near the intersection of 1st Street and Hawthorne, right where Peters Creek ran. The grocery existed out of time, smelling of onions and floor wax, blooming with color in fruit displays and on cereal boxes, and sanctified by the community of regulars who stopped by for a special on ham hocks, or conversation with Tacker's father, or the full week's shopping and a drink from the Coca-Cola machine. Everyone was welcome. Or so Tacker had thought. Almost 2 years later, and the air still carried the high, sweet smell of tobacco, but there was an expressway through town that nipped at the heels of West End, the neighborhood where he'd grown up, and that occasionally, where an elevated section curved near Hawthorne, threw a car over the guardrails and passengers to their deaths. Thruway Shopping Center had grown up in his absence like a film set temporarily installed. Only it wasn't temporary. Tacker's mother drove out there almost every day. Wake Forest College was the new boast of the city, which was fair enough, though Tacker had no investment in it, having studied architecture at State College in Raleigh, flourishing in the competitive atmosphere of design studios housed on a huge courtyard on the north side of campus. More changed than Winston-Salem was Tacker. He had left home a minor American hero and returned disgraced. The thought of his violent dismissal from an international assignment with the Clintock Corporation hollowed his chest even now, 4 months after his return. When Tacker first got home in March, he stayed up late and slept until mid-morning. On and off in the night, he woke to a perception of malignant doom, a feeling in his chest like a container filling with terror. There was no escape as the vessel filled, the sensation taking over his entire chest, filling and filling, until he thought it would explode. And then, just as the container of his heart was about to burst, it did not. The terror held, containing him rather than he it. He wondered if he was having a heart attack. He would sleep and awaken, and the episode would recur, as if he were coming out of nightmare into nightmare. During the day, his face felt heavy. He marveled at a blooming red crepe myrtle across the street that appeared at midday to burn like fire, and yet it seemed to him that the inner light of things had dimmed. Perhaps it was merely the contrast with the tropics that he sensed. But Tacker suspected the dimness had more to do with what he had learned. The world was not just, and neither God nor any teacher or coach or sponsor was going to save him. Occasionally he felt angry instead of depressed, overcome by righteous indignation. He'd done nothing wrong. But the fire flickered out pretty quickly. There wasn't anything he wanted to do. After dinner one evening in July, his father spoke up. "Get your architectural license. I can make a connection for you." They were in the family den. Tacker stood by the mantel, gazing at a picture he had sent from Nigeria, the country of his assignment. He had gone to help design the prototype for a high school to be replicated throughout the country and to establish American goodwill in an African nation on its way to independence. "I don't want to do architecture right now," he said. In the photograph, he was posed with his Nigerian teammates, 10 in all, graduates of Nigeria's first university, in front of a banana tree grove. His hair was below his ears because he hadn't found a barber. Tacker was the tallest, his arms saddled around his best friend, Samuel Ladipa's shoulders, a smile on his face. A local photographer had taken the picture and sold it to Tacker for $1. Tacker marveled that his clothes, and not just his skin, were so much lighter than the others. His figure ghosted. He turned to his parents, neither of whom was looking at him. His father wore a look of pained disapproval.